What up? What up? What up? Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. We live. We live, baby. We live. Lunchtime in the Chevy. This video is brought to you by Aqua Hydrate. You know, water champions. We got to talk about what's going on. Can you get a wrench? King Aqua's coming big and from the rip. Take that wrench with you. You know, what's going on, Cool Cat? What up? What's up? What's up, everybody? I'm really excited about training camp and, you know, just a lot of stuff that's going on right now. L Eagle, what up? No problem, King Aquas. You already know. So it's been kind of a brutal training camp for a couple guys. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Bird Gang? Silas, what's going on, baby? How you feeling? It's been kind of a brutal training camp with some of the other teams in our division. We're gonna start there. And I don't really have any news on the Redskins. The Redskins tend to fly under the radar a lot. But at the end of the day, what they got to be happy about? They're the Redskins. I'm so sick of these Dak and Wentz argument. It really irks me. Yeah, the Dak and Wentz argument is really old. I'm not even giving that no light no more, man. You know, I kind of feel sorry for the New York Giants already. Of course, I seen Daniel Jones. Good morning, Ethan. What's up? Injuries plaguing the Redskins as usual. Already? Wow, we got to look into that. It looks like the same thing that's happening with the Giants, man. They lose two wide receivers, man, OTAs. I think Sterling Shepard got a thumb issue. What's his name? Coleman tore his ACL first day. I'm trying to tell you, man, training camp is not for the weak-hearted. Training camp is not for the weak-hearted, man. Yeah, Corey Coleman, that's his name, ACL, man. Training camp is not for the weak-hearted, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. If you think training camp gonna be some cakewalk, especially these are the guys that get hurt the most in training camp. The guys that get hurt the most in training camp are the guys that are fighting for a roster spot and the new players. The new players want to come out there. That's why I'm really scared for Miles Sanders and some of these new guys who want to have the ball in their hands during this course of preseason and the training camp. They want to prove that the organization made a really good. We're gonna get to LeBlanc in a minute. They want to hear that they want to make the organization feel like they did a really good job by selecting them for some of these young players and some of these younger guys that were, you know, signed in the offseason before OTAs. So they go out there and they give maximum effort when really most of these things are just walkthroughs. You know what I mean? And they end up tweaking something or hurting themselves, man. So, you know, I wish those New York Giants football players a speedy recovery, man. Even though I know for a fact that the majority of Giants Nation running around here calling Wentz wheelchair Wentz and hoping Wentz get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Now let me be truthful now. I don't hope that the Dallas Cowboys get a deal done with Ezekiel Elliott. I don't hope that. Ezekiel Elliott ain't hurt. Ezekiel Elliott in good health. So that's not a form of hating. Now, I'm kind of 50-50 with that, man, with the Ezekiel Elliott situation. You know, my guy LT, he made up a good point. He was like, you know, I hope that they get a deal done. I think this was LT that told me this. I hope they get a deal done, and I hope they sign him to a big contract. Because his train of thought with that is that if you sign Zeke to a big contract, then they're unable to trade Zeke away for the first-round draft picks and start all over with a new young running back. But this is how I look at that. If they don't sign Zeke, they're not going to find another Zeke in the draft. They're not going to find another Zeke in the draft, period. Zeke is a once-in-a-lifetime running back, in my opinion. Giants fans are rooting for Cowboys to win a division because it pains them for us to do it. Listen, they got to root for the Cowboys to win a division because I'm going to tell you why. If the Dallas Cowboys win a division, they only go into the second round and it stops there. It stops there. I feel like the Dallas Cowboys are cursed. If the Philadelphia Eagles go to the playoffs, we probably can win the Super Bowl. So they got to hope that the division means nothing. That's an L for sure. I heard they're planning on signing Dak before Zeke. Yeah, that's the big thing. That's the big thing, King Solomon. They trying to think about it like this. Ezekiel Elliott already has like 4,000 rushing yards, man. We're not even talking about his passing yards, man. He had 4,000 rushing yards. 77 receptions last year. 77 receptions on the Dallas Cowboys. That had to be good for first, second, or third. What's going on, Gangrene? I mean, Ezekiel Elliott deserves to be paid. He deserves to be paid. Now, this what Dallas Cowboys fans got to stop doing. Let you get a wrench, I got you. This is what the Dallas Cowboys fans got to stop doing. They got to stop acting like Dak Prescott doesn't require weapons. You can't pay somebody $35 million, and then you got to pay his #1 target top dollar, and then you got to pay his running back top dollar. You could pay Aaron Rodgers $35 million because Aaron Rodgers doesn't require so much assistance. They got to get paid as well. You see what I'm saying? Aaron Rodgers can go out there with a couple no-name wide receivers and get you to the postseason. Dak Prescott was trash before they got Amari Cooper. Dak Prescott has been trash in games where Ezekiel Elliott didn't play. You can't go out there and pay somebody top dollar. So, okay, so say if you pay all three of these guys. So say if Amari Cooper get hurt and Ezekiel Elliott get hurt. The franchise is done. Dak can't put the franchise on his back, so that's the deciding factor. Now, if you look at Carson Wentz was able to put up numbers with Jordan Matthews. Carson Wentz got Jordan Matthews a new contract. Where'd he go, to San Francisco? You know what I'm saying? Dak Prescott would not be able to get Jordan Matthews a contract. There's no player on the Eagles offense that can say that they got Carson Wentz that money. There's no player on the Eagles offense that can say that. Now, if you flip it to the Dallas Cowboys side of the coin, you wouldn't even be talking about extending Dak Prescott if it wasn't for number 21. Dak Prescott wouldn't even be in a position to demand this money if it wasn't for Ezekiel Elliott. So Ezekiel Elliott is probably like, they're paying their doomsday defense too. You already know, Kirsten. So Ezekiel Elliott is looking at it like this, like, wait, y'all talking about paying Dak before me? There would be no Dak if it wasn't me. So I feel Zeke. And you know, we could go back some videos. I think the season was still in last year, and I said Zeke gonna hold out. I said it, man. I think the video I made when I was talking about the Herschel Walker situation, I'm going to find that video and I'm going to link it to my next video. I predicted this holdout like a season ago, man. I predicted it, man. I predicted it because I'm like, you know, the writing was on the wall. The writing was on the wall. The writing was on the wall, man. Zeke, the best running back in football. Now, let's talk about Crevion LeBlanc for a minute. So people are saying that Crevion LeBlanc is 100% healthy, and the team is not even trying to practice him. They're not even trying to let him break a sweat. Now, in theory, when a lot of those things happen, they looking to trade you. They looking to move you. What's happening? What's happening, Rude Girl? What's up? They're looking to move you when you are a core component of a group. Now, Crevion LeBlanc getting moved kind of makes sense to me now. Can I get a shout out, Lil Brunson? Hey, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. How you say that? Knee Trab? Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? But Crevion LeBlanc strikes me as a player with some stock behind him. He got some trade value, man. He's made himself marketable, so that's like a congratulations to Crevion LeBlanc. Also, Nelson Aguilar. You know what I mean? It makes sense that I thought somebody was going to get moved in the offseason from cornerback. I thought it was going to be Rasul Douglas. But Crevion LeBlanc makes more sense, because the Philadelphia Eagles would want to hold on to Rasul Douglas, because what they did was they developed Rasul Douglas. And you tend to fall in love with things that you develop and make better. Like they developed Nelson Aguilar. You know what I'm saying? So the wide receivers development program has paid out big dividends. The cornerback development program has paid out big dividends. You know what I'm saying? So Crevion LeBlanc being moved kind of makes sense. You know, I rock with Strap heavy, man. I don't want to see Strap go. But at the end of the day, if it's a move that will get us like a Jadeveon Clowney, like don't move him for no draft picks. That makes no sense. If it's a move that gets us closer to like a Jadeveon Clowney or something like that, or like another elite player that could take us to the level over the top, then I'm all for it. Because we deep at cornerback, like I said. I don't think it's a cornerback on our roster over 25 years old. Eagles high key. Hope he's not moved. Schwartz said he was injured. No, I don't think he injured, man. I don't think he injured. But Schwartz got to say that. Schwartz, you know what I mean? I don't think he injured. Shout out to me. Love your channel. Support all day. Hey, you already know, man. Shout out to you, Giovanni. Del Val, however you say that. Eagles high key sabotage $sign and Wentz to that contract. I love it. Yeah, of course. Once you sign Carson Wentz, who in the eyes of a lot of people hasn't had a lot of regular season success like Dak Prescott, because he missed 8 games out of the 40. Everybody's acting like Wentz only played 20 games in his life. I don't recall nobody crucifying Andrew Luck for missing those games, number one. But when you sign Carson Wentz because you know Carson Wentz is the future and Carson Wentz's second rookie season, Dak Prescott played 48 games. 48 games. He played all 3 seasons. Now, Dak Prescott has yet to throw for over 25 touchdown passes. Carson Wentz threw for 33 touchdown passes. Carson Wentz has shown you a level. He's shown you a level that he can reach. He can reach a certain level. Now, Dak Prescott showed you he is what he is going to be. So you go ahead and you sign up Carson Wentz, who's contributed to a Super Bowl ring, whether people want to believe it or not, and it puts Dallas on the hot seat. Totally puts the Cowboys on the hot seat. So now they got to make a move because Dak actually got a case. Listen, I'm the most winningest quarterback, blah, 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 blah. But Dak's numbers are really, really, really like it's a lot of sauce on those numbers when it comes to winning percentage because you don't get those numbers without Zeke. You're not in a position to do anything without Zeke. So my thoughts on trading for Clowney, if you could do it, do it. If you could do it, do it. Without Wentz, we don't get the #1 seed. Dak's never thrown for over 23 touchdowns in a season. You know what I'm saying? Dak don't even have more touchdown passes than Carson Wentz, who played a whole half a season less. You know what I mean? Dak is not Carson Wentz. When you look at these things in training camp, you hear reports of Carson Wentz throwing lasers and looking really, 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 really accurate. Dallas could have put Ryan Tannehill back there and still won those games. I firmly believe that, Kirsten. I believe that. I believe that. I believe that. So if you guys caught my last video, then you obviously know that Daniel Jones, what is it? Daniel Jacobs, Daniel Jones. I always butcher this dude's name, but he's a soup sandwich. He's trash. He all tore up. You know what I mean? You can't justify that 0-star recruit. I don't care if he threw a touchdown in practice or not. His first seven passes were 6 incompletions and 1 interception. He's a soup sandwich. You got to call a soup sandwich a soup sandwich. He's tore up. He's tore up. I don't fear no goddamn Daniel Jones. I don't fear no damn Eli Manning. I don't fear no Dak Prescott. And I damn sure don't fear no goddamn whoever is in Washington. That's just how we carrying it into this season. Why should we fear? Is any of those guys really a threat at the quarterback position? No, they're not. So proof is in the pudding there. It's in the pudding there. So I'm not mad at Crevion LeBlanc being gone because I think Crevion LeBlanc is going to be part of a package that gets us somebody huge. I want y'all to hydrate today, man. Hydrate as always. Is Zach Brown going to be any good for the line? Zach Brown is a linebacker. I think Zach Brown is going to. I think Zach Brown's potential is going to show. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Only Howie Roseman can flip Crevion LeBlanc for Clowney. Only Howie Roseman can do that. Only Howie Roseman could do that. Only Howie could do it. Give me. Y'all take Crevion and y'all take this 3rd round pick. Let us take Clowney off your hands and we'll worry about his contract moving forward. Let us do it because I know what's going to happen if we get him. I don't see Clowney playing more than 1 season for us. I don't see it happening. If we get Clowney, I can see us signing Clowney to a probably franchise tagging Clowney. I can see us franchise tagging Clowney after the season, doing a sign and trade. You think Nelly will be in that trade too? Hey, whatever they want, whatever they want. If you want Nelly and Crevion LeBlanc, then you got to take a 5th round pick. You got to take a 5th round pick. You got to take a 5th round pick. I think Nelly will end up being a really good receiver if he goes somewhere with less guys in the wide receiver room. JJ ready, but it's a lot of questions. It's a lot of questions people are saying about what's going on, Stud Van. A lot of questions with JJ at the slot. They're not gonna trade Jalen Mills, man. That's Jim Schwartz's damn near son. All right, I'm about to go back into work, y'all. I just wanted to touch base. Official video coming. Make sure y'all like. Make sure y'all subscribe. You already.